As I said in my last video, the Joker was one of the things I would label bad about Suicide Squad. So now I'm going to explain as much as possible what it was that bothered me. The Joker was not the worst thing I thought about this movie, but he was my biggest disappointment. After all the talk of Jared Leto going to large extents to play the character, I expected way more. I thought all his scenes in the trailers looked amazing, but they didn't deliver as well in the movie. Even in the music video for Purple Lamborghini, I still think he was really cool. The way Jared Leto's Joker walks around, observing around him, gives a sense that he's in control and tends to keep it that way. Now, the problem I have is definitely not the way he looked. Even though a lot of people were complaining about his tattoos, I didn't really have that much of a problem with it. Because unlike some other characters, the Joker to me is mostly defined by the way he acts rather than the way he's visualized. The actions he takes rather than the clothes he wears. I even like that this version of the Joker had an actual mobster empire. So for now it looks like this will be one hell of an entertaining Joker, right? Jared Leto's performance was just weird. And furthermore, the writing of this Joker, his goals in the movies weren't actually Joker-like. He had attachments, which was very strange for his character. It was like he was being unpredictable for unpredictable's sake. The moment Jared Leto opened his mouth, it was like he was trying way too hard to be different. The Joker isn't just a crazy sadistic guy, he's a manipulative mastermind who even Batman has trouble predicting. Batman is far more superior combat-wise than the Joker, and yet he has come to be known as Batman's greatest adversary, with just his plots. So yeah, you want to see the Joker do amazing things. In the end, Suicide Squad's Joker just did things. Like this weird side story that was happening at the same time as the squad's mission. Even though the mobsters in The Dark Knight just hated his guts at first, he eventually proved to some of them why they should listen to him. In The Dark Knight Returns, he uses sympathy to get people to listen to him and eventually kills him. He also has a habit of using people with mental disorders or bizarre physical conditions to work for him, as they are probably easier to manipulate. And as far as I saw, he never got attached to anyone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw none of these traits in Suicide Squad's Joker, besides manipulating Harley. But we never actually experienced Harley Quinn's transformation into this, psycho Harley Quinn. And we got attached to her, which was very non-Joker-like. We also never actually see a joke from this Joker, which is also an important trait to this character. This one had the pencil trick, this one had the mug, this one had the glass, the buzzer again, the fake gun that turned out to be not so fake. The Suicide Squad Joker didn't really have any of those. I mean, not exactly those, but just a joke. Sometimes be like, oh wow, remember that scene, that thing he did? That was bizarre. One of the other problems comes when he's finally confronting people and talking. Most of the Jokers we've had could have a very calm tone to them. And that would make them even more menacing because it was mostly at times when the situation wouldn't get a calm reaction out of a common guy or common villain. When this Joker is talking, he seems to be bipolar, just switching emotions halfway. He's always so intense, he's always brooding heavily, it's like the guy could never relax. He was more like a Ron the Joker would hire because he fancied his bizarre behavior so much. Next to these other characters, I would imagine would be favorite runs of the real Joker because he fancied their behavior so much. There's a theory out there that this is not the real Joker, but actually it's Robin who was tortured by the Joker and became insane himself. And now I kinda hope that to be true. And a friend of mine said that this Joker acted the way he did because we saw him from Harley Quinn's perspective. So I guess that is also an interesting theory and also one I kinda hope to be true. And now my last complaint that would almost contradict everything I complained about. I wanted to see more of him. Whether or not I thought this was a good version of the Joker, he's still a Joker. He is a fascinating character, and I'm always curious to see what outrageous things the writers of these stories will let him do. So even if this Joker doesn't live up to my expectations, I would still like to see the same version do some cool stuff once. Okay guys, those were my thoughts on the Suicide Squad's Joker. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you agree or disagree, feel free to say so in the comment section below, and I will see you next video. Bye!